So we're down to the wire with Mars for Capricorn Ascendant. Because today we're going to be covering Mars in the 12,000 Sagittarius for Capricorn Ascendant people. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular position, to know what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, you can check out the links here, Astrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, link to my academy, Maghavedi Astrology Academy. You'll see all kinds of different courses. Now, Mars in the 12th house. So the first thing you will see, because see, Mars represents your brother, younger brother. Mars will represent a husband in a female's chart. So these two individuals in your life, if you have them, finds great fortune and success in foreign lands. Number one. But you, the individual yourself, have to settle far away from home. Okay. And this actually would be 100% guaranteed if Rahu Ketu is in axis or have Mars in their axis. One will have to go. One might actually be forced out. Like especially if Ketu is with Mars, you'll be forced out of home. Not home, that could happen too. If other planetary placement that are, but it naturally shows that one will have to leave their home and have to go far away. The thing is though, it's not a bad thing because you should be. Because once you go, then you're aligned. Because remember, Mars is in the sign of fortune, number one. Rise of luck, number two. That's the sign of Sagittarius. And at the same time, this is the sign of a sharpshooter. Because what is the symbolism of zodiac sign of Sagittarius? It is a warrior with a half a body of a horse with a bow and arrow. And the thing is, this particular warrior is not shooting arrows randomly. No, they have their target set. Once they decide on that target, it goes right there. So what does it mean? It means it goes at the speed of a horse and a skill of a warrior. That's a badass combination for somebody to be extremely strategic about how they want to accomplish their goals. So especially in a female chart, you will see your husband is going to be very strategic. They could even be working for some strategic firm like Bain and Company, McKinsey and Company, okay, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, because there is this purpose to serve something higher. Okay, like if you want to serve something higher as this masculine energy, what does a person do? Including this person themselves, if somehow Saturn is connected, they want to serve the higher government. They want to be that best warrior. They can go into even police force. They can go into, being even deployed in Air Force. So there's a strong connection there. Now, the other thing you will notice if you're a Capricorn Ascendant, whenever you sleep, because this is the sign or the house of your rest and sleep, you will always try your best to support your thighs when you're sleeping. Usually you will see these people will put a pillow between their legs. Okay? But also at the same time, this can definitely disturb sleep if you don't do physical activities. Let's say, for example, you do an office job. You're working in the government. You're working in IT, and all day long, you're in your remote job working. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock hits. You eat your dinner. You watch some TV, and you try to go to rest. But then what happens is the pitta. There's so much pitta in this 12th house. Because first of all, you have the fire sign of Sagittarius, which is the Agni of the rituals. The Agni of that pleases the ancestors. Then you have the strong Pitta, the fire of Mars. And when this is being resting, let's say the fire is just resting all day, what is it going to do? It's going to feel agitated. So when you're sleeping, when you're resting, it's going to try to awaken you like, hey, get up, get up. We are here. We have energy. We need to have the fire come about. They don't want to see this person rest at night. Why? Because they have been resting all day naturally. And the only time they get that moment with this soul is when they're in bed. So definite disturbance of sleep will happen with this Mars, unresting sleep, if the person doesn't do physical activities daily. Whether it's even 10-minute yoga, whether it's you going to the gym. Okay. Now, yeah, if we have to see the combinations that is around this Mars, because sometimes yoga will benefit far more than going to a gym. But if, let's say, Mars is alone, Mars is with Mercury, I mean, go to the gym, go to a kickboxing class, learn how to box. Doesn't matter. You don't need to be a fighter. Learn how to box. So what will happen is that level of energy of this Mars and Sagittarius, that 1 hour that you spend goes down, 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 down. 1 hour. Because remember, 12th house, 60 minutes. Okay? 1 hour you work out and you watch how great your sleep is. Number one. Number two, how great your energy will be next day to actually accomplish everything even early and on time. That's what this will do. And one thing that definitely shows here with Capricorn ascendant with Mars in the 12th house is that the person most definitely will get father's property. If Ketu's there, one may get a piece of that property because Ketu's cutting that. But if, let's say, you have this Mars in the 12th and Jupiter is with it, or Jupiter somehow has its sight on Mars, you're going to get your father's property. Father has fixed assets. And with this position, it shows father would have an asset. Father would have a land or piece of property that you will get. The other thing, we also see that as much as the mother is extremely commanding in the home, nobody will be listening to the mother unless you have moon in the 4th house or 10th house. Okay? Because mother's house is what? The 4th house, right? The updeshas of the mother. What is updesha? The dictations of the mother. Do this, gotta be like this, gotta be like that. It's lost in the 12th house. So mother may try to exert her authority, but people in the family may not listen. Okay. And you will also see that your property will somehow have either exposed red bricks. Now, and I made a short on this. People are like, well, every single house is going to have red bricks. No, they don't. If you especially see modern houses, especially in a Western country like US or Europe, you're going to find nothing but gray and beige looking apartment buildings with a dark rooftop. That's all I see now. Okay. But then you see certain houses amongst like these beige looking cookie cutter houses. One house will have the red bricks, red door, somehow red roof. So yes, if you, let's say, move into a neighborhood where you do see everybody's having red, 100% in that chart, Mars is either the controller of the 4th house, sits in the 4th house, or it's with Venus. You can go check it yourself. Okay, and especially you will see when you get a property, especially in a faraway place, your home will be very close to either a school or a religious place. Sometimes both at the same time. Okay. And in some cases, you will even find like you might be near some military academy. Not military base. That's different. Military academy. And with this, you will also see if let's say Mercury is connected with this Mars, there could also be a banquet hall right near your home. And if you're just living in an apartment right now, you're moving every 2, 3, 4 years, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you have your property with your name on it as a deed, that's when this really comes about. This is when it really happens. The apartment is more moon. Why? Because it's very movable. You don't own that. You have to move out at some point. Even if you're there for 10 years, you'll move out at some other place. Unless you actually rent a house, then you could be renting that investment house for somebody for the next 20 years. But even then, it's really about when you own that own property. Okay, and also if you look, the 11th lord goes into the 12th house. Where do gains come from? Gains are and desires, and your social circles are going to be in a faraway place, foreign lands. Majority of them will be men as your social circles and your supporters. And you'll also see that this person, because Mars is in the 12th, at one point, especially beyond 28th year, they become really strong about wanting to invest something. And especially they will most likely like to invest in land. Invest in land, invest in crops. If Venus is there, agricultural investments will also be there, commodities. Okay. So this will be your Mars in the 12th house. Okay. So we have completed this series. And of course, there's a lot more, but more of it really is seen when you're talking to somebody in private. Let's just say that. Okay. So anyway, we're going to start our next series next week. I might actually do it all in one, like Aquarius ascendant, Mars in one shot. I'll try to complete. Let's see if I can do it. It'll be a very long video. That's why I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so anyway, we'll see you next week. And till then, you can subscribe and you can check out the links, chaosastrology.com. Okay, bye-bye.